Krissy here from concertblogger.com with ZZ Warg. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure, my pleasure.
So how are you enjoying Firefly here in Delaware so far?
It's great. I mean, the weather, we're in the shade right now, so the weather is amazing. And yeah, there's great music all around us. And so I'm really happy. I just played on stage, and then I watched Kendrick Lamar after that, so I'm a happy girl.
It's got to be like a little bit of a reunion for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was on Crying Wolf with me on my record, so he's also, he's an incredible rap artist. He's one of my favorites right now, so really, really excited for him, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. What I love so much about these festivals is the artist diversity that we have. I mean, you have something from every type of genre here. You know, what do you enjoy the most about playing them?
That's a great question. I mean, it is so fun to have so many different artists. And for me, I love to watch different people on stage because that's what I'm doing all the time. I'm always on stage. So if I can learn something from someone else, I'm like all about it. And there's so many different acts here, so many different styles of music. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, even speaking of your own sound, it's very, very diverse and it's just amazing. And, you know, what is the creative process like for you?
Well, for me, a lot of this record I tried to write just like organically, like on guitar or, piano, and then I would go in and I would produce it after the song was written. And I would kind of really try to keep it really like, organic within, I love hip hop beats, so it's like I have to have that in there. I wouldn't be satisfied. But I didn't want any production that took too much away from the song, less was more to me. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, personally, I look at music as a universal language that we can all speak and understand, even if we take a different message away. Is there anything in particular you hope your music will say to listeners?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have this phrase, dirty shine, which is for me, in making my record, it was really embracing my authentic self and my authentic sound. So for my listeners and my fans, I would hope that they just embrace who they are, just be who you are. And it's, everything is always changing, so you'll be cool when it comes around.
Absolutely. I mean, even the industry itself has had such changes, and you seem like you're very much embracing social media and all that. How important is that?
Social media is super important. I mean, and I realize it, and some people might not embrace it. Some artists might not embrace it. I embrace it because I feel like at this point, this has been the first year of my life where I have fans of my music. And they care about me. They want to know what's going on in my life, and they want to see me, and they want to get to know me. And they don't have a lot of ways to get to know me through just through my music, but my personality is a different thing. So there's things like Instagram and like Twitter and Vine where it's like they get to know me more, and I'm all about that.
Absolutely. Some people say some of the shroud of mystery has been lifted, but I think the accessibility is absolutely awesome now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that music has changed. I think that there was a time when it was all mystery. I mean, there were no ways to get in touch with the artist besides for writing them a handwritten letter. There was no email. I mean, and that's awesome, but it's really not what it is right now, So I just embrace it.
Oh, absolutely. So can you take us in the studio, perhaps, and maybe one song in particular, and tell me what the mindset was like?
Well, let me think. One song in particular. Well, a lot of these songs I worked on with a producer. His name was Nephew, and he's incredible. He's worked with Dr. Dre and Michael Jackson. He's incredibly talented, incredibly humble. We just had fun in the studio, Honestly, like the people I ended up making my record with, there was no stress. There was no criticalness. It was just all making music because we loved it. And we would try stuff. We would just try stuff. And if it didn't work, we would pull it back. So for me, it's all about working with your friends, I think if you have the choice to work with people that you like, then make it people you like,
Absolutely. That's got to make it a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
So, for you personally, do you have a pivotal music moment that occurred in your life that made you decide that you had to pursue it for a career?
Well, I lived in Oregon, and I think that I just knew I had sold enough records and demo CDs, whatever you call it. I need my music. I sold it enough in parking lots, and I busked enough to just make enough money to get out of there. And I just knew I needed to get out of there if I wanted my music to get heard by more people. You know, so that was probably the pivotal moment. It was really scary to move to LA. I slept on an air mattress for 2 years, and I was scared, terrified to drive down there. But you got to do it, you know. But you got to take big risks. Yeah.
So, in what ways do you think that shaped you as an artist?
I think that sometimes you have to put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone. And if you continually try to do that in life, then you'll learn from it. You might fall, you might fail, but I think that it makes you stronger. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So what is next on the horizon for you after Firefly? Where are we going to see you next?
Well, I think tomorrow we play in Pittsburgh, and we'll just be continuing our tour. So as people are like, are you going to be able to catch X tomorrow? I'm like, funny. No, we're leaving. My mom was like, well, hopefully you can enjoy the drive. We were in Brooklyn last night. Hopefully you can enjoy the drive from Brooklyn to Delaware. That'll be beautiful in the day. I'm like, I'll be sleeping, Mom. We'll be driving overnight. But cute idea. Yeah, but we'll continue on this tour, and then we also have a music video coming out for my new single 365 coming out soon. So yeah,
it's so exciting. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking a few minutes to speak with us. Is there any comments you'd like to share with our site visitors at concertblogger.com?
Firefly's awesome. There you go.
Great. Thank you so much.